kind of feel that they are a bit of a treasure trove for employer branding and recruitment marketing for those organizations whose target audiences spend a lot of time on YouTube, yet you are not familiar with or able to create long-form video content for YouTube. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about YouTube Shorts, of course. I am talking about YouTube Shorts. So personally, this was me knowing that I should definitely add YouTube into my channel strategy, but feeling anxious about finding time to learn how to create long-form videos, and especially how to edit long-form videos matching the YouTube world, and then actually just do them. And that's why when I first heard about YouTube Shorts, I started exploring what these short form videos are on YouTube and figured out something. And I decided to give it a shot because I really realized how easy it was to repurpose the short video content that I was already creating for Instagram and TikTok. So if you are nestled in this sphere of marketing, talent acquisition, or employer branding, and have been contemplating the idea of leveraging YouTube for your HR or talent marketing, journey, but you are a bit hesitant on how to kickstart it, then I think you've turned into just the right episode. So today what we're going to do is we're going to demystify the ease and the effectiveness of embedding YouTube Shorts into your marketing strategy. And we're going to talk about how you can quite easily and smartly repurpose your Instagram Reels and TikTok videos for YouTube. So what do you say? Shall we venture into these digital waves, short waves? So with this intro, I want to welcome you back to another episode of Building a Modern Employer Brand podcast. And if you're new to this podcast, my name is Susanna Rantanen. I'm an experienced employer branding expert, a top 10 European employer branding agency owner. I've been podcasting since 2017 on the topic of employer branding and creating loads of content ever since I started as an entrepreneur. Well, not even when I started as an entrepreneur back in 2010, but even the year before, 2009, I started to create content regularly. So I've got lots of experience from content marketing, and not just for myself, but also for our clients in the field of employer branding, obviously personal branding for myself and later branding my agency. And people here in Finland call me the mama of employer branding. And I've worked pretty relentlessly over the past decade and more, building and educating the employer branding scene in Finland. And I've seen how employer branding has evolved from recruitment campaigns to actual employer branding, and not just in Finland, but across the world, really. So this podcast is hopefully for people like you who want to learn how to use branding, marketing, communications, social media content for not just for business success, but also for your personal professional success and to drive your career or your own business. Who knows if you're a freelancer, for example. So to drive your business, your sales forward, or whether you're just looking for inspiration, tips, and educational content for your work in talent acquisition or employer branding. That's what this podcast is for. That's what I'm here for you every week on Wednesday. So what about YouTube Shorts? So YouTube Shorts is kind of YouTube's, I guess, homage to the short form video content trend, a domain that has been championed by platforms like Instagram and TikTok. And with a time cap of 60 seconds, these videos are kind of snappy. So not just easy to digest, but sort of, I would say they're pretty superb for flaunting your company culture, employee testimonials, and other either recruitment-centric content or your culture values, employer branding-centric content in an engaging manner. And I would say that the charm really lies in that simplicity. I am doing my content on my own. So I would say that a high-end production setup is not a prerequisite. So your smartphone is really literally the magic wand. And as said, just simply download your existing Reels, TikTok stories, post them on YouTube as a short video. That's what I do. And for those who want to make shorts from scratch, this is also very easy on your YouTube app. So you literally can record, you can edit. I think you can add clips and music on the app. I don't do native shorts. I'm just repurposing my existing content from Instagram and TikTok on YouTube. But I know that that on the app you can do this quite simply. So what about who's using YouTube Shorts other than myself? Now, if you use YouTube, whether you're on the app or on the desktop, you can literally just open it, scroll down a little bit. It will provide you clips, shorts from everyone. When I go to my YouTube, obviously the algorithm is looking for content that it knows that I like and I favor to watch. But literally there's YouTube Shorts content from other podcasters to lifestyle bloggers to celebrities to from TV shows to everything. So it doesn't, I mean, everyone is using this who is using YouTube. I found this one when I Googled who uses YouTube Shorts. I found some data from Statista, and it said that younger audiences, between the ages of 16 and 24, would be favoring YouTube Shorts. But I would have to strongly disagree on that, because when I look at the people who are creating content, YouTube Shorts content, it'll be people from all sorts of ages and genders and sort of ethnic backgrounds and professions and whatnot. So if I had no idea what YouTube Shorts were, if I hadn't looked at them, become inspired by them, if I hadn't consumed them, I wouldn't be creating my own or repurposing, sorry. I would be posting YouTube Shorts, let's put it that way. So by far, I mean, I totally disagree this being from 16 to 24 kind of a thing only. Based on my experience, if you watch short form videos on any platform, any social media platform, you are bound to pay attention to the short form video also on YouTube. And obviously, to spice this up, according to Social Pilot blog, which I will link to the show notes article for this episode, 50 billion shorts have already been viewed every single day. So the thing is, a short form video is going super strong, and that's exactly why YouTube also stepped on this wave. So when you open your YouTube on mobile device or on desktop, it has its own dedicated tab on the platform and also on your own YouTube profile. And one thing to remember is that the YouTube Shorts is max 60 seconds, so that's 1 minute. So if your Reels are up to 90 seconds and your TikToks can be up to 10 minutes, you need to do some clipping if you want to repurpose your existing content on Shorts. The great thing is that you don't actually really have to clip anything, edit anything, because if your videos are longer than that 60 seconds, they automatically are published as regular YouTube content. And literally the only thing you really need to do is add a thumbnail, like the cover image, which you can do, for example, on Canva, because that has plenty of YouTube thumbnail templates for you to use. So if you don't know how to upload videos on YouTube, I added a link to the show notes page to support this. So if you go to modernemployerbrand.com 157 for this episode, there's a link from Simplified blog, how to upload YouTube Shorts on YouTube Shorts, not Shorts, sorry, on the social media. Okay, so let's talk about which of your existing content can successfully be repurposed as YouTube Shorts. So if you have already, so to speak, dipped your toes in the waters of Instagram Reels or TikTok, you are ahead of the learning curve because you have stuff to kind of use and try and test. So let's talk about which or where you could start. So repurposing your existing content across platforms in general makes a lot of sense because you will get more mileage out of your efforts that you are investing in creating content. And if you want to do a tad bit of re-editing to suit the YouTube Shorts format, you can. I don't. I'm just like literally pushing it as they are. And that's it. I literally don't do that. I don't think you need to do that. So I have I have 8 examples, I think, of employer branding content that I think that works well as YouTube Shorts. And I'm going to share with you these, excuse me, these examples that you can pack in max of the 60-second videos and share as YouTube Shorts. If actually you could go to the show notes page on /podcast 157 modernemployeebrand.com/podcast 157 for those clips, because if I'm unable to edit them in this video, then they will be available for you on the show notes article. So, okay. If you don't yet have videos like these examples that you can repurpose, reshare on Reels or TikToks, then use these examples as ideas for those short form videos and share them on all of your social media platforms that allow video content. So don't just create them for shorts in mind. Use them everywhere you want to. So that's a great benefit of short videos, that they are more likely to be watched from start to end than longer videos. And if any of the following ideas would require or turn longer than 60 seconds, then you can also turn it into a series of videos where each lasts that max 60 seconds. And I can tell you that it's probably easier. It maybe sounds a lot more work, but when you keep them short, they are easier to turn into videos that actually engage the audience. But as said, you can do however you want to. These are just ideas to inspire you. So the first example that I have is what is famously known as a day in the life. And a lot of the lifestyle bloggers create proper videos on YouTube of vlogs. They're not blogs, they're vlogs, where they kind of video and edit together a course of their day and name it as a day in the life. This is something that people love to watch. So there's no reason why we couldn't turn it into a day in the life of an employee or yourself at work, and starting already from home when you wake up and get your morning coffee, if that's what you prefer. So as said, it's a great example fitting into a YouTube Shorts content format as well. You can feature also different team members that many organizations have been sharing on Instagram these type of videos for a long time, but you could create snippets of day in the life of, let's say, 5 people and follow them from Monday to Friday. And each video has a snippets of those people, like how they, morning clip, midday clip, afternoon clip, after work clip, and evening clip, and so on. Or just make it out of a one person. These videos, I think, are a really good window into your company culture. And I would also say the diverse roles within your ecosystem, all kind of squeezed, encapsulated into that 60-second video. And it's going to be real. It's going to be engaging. And it's a perfect example of a 60-second video that really fits the YouTube world perfectly. And then you can reshare it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever you want to. As said, so go to the show notes page for an example of an intern talking about their job. And there's another example of a talent acquisition specialist sharing a day in their work life for you. The second example that I have are short videos, employee testimonials. So these are as important for attraction and retention than companies use customer testimonials for sales and customer experience. So ask a simple question from an employee, record their response, share it on video. It doesn't have to be even that 60-second long. That's the maximum length. Very simple, very easy to produce. Another example is showcasing the ins and outs of your offices. Now, job candidates are forever curious about finding out what your working spaces are like, and these really make wonderful short form videos to share on YouTube. If your organization operates on a hybrid working model that I was talking about in last week's episode number 156, support that by sharing clips from working spaces of your employees at home as well. This makes a really great form of employee-generated content for the short video form. Again, go to the show notes page, take a look at an example where a company called Helkim or Helsim, not sure how to pronounce that, are unveiling their office mural on video. Very simple. And then I also found a short video example of a person that was doing a quick tour of the TikTok office in Los Angeles. That was also very exciting, a really good example of how to create that kind of a short office tour kind of video. Then I also found a video of this guy introducing his home office in his tiny flat. Now, there's something really not funny, but quite intriguing in that video as well. So I'm going to let you go to the show notes page, click on this video, and get all those handy Andys or Andrews or Andrettas or all those handy people out there and create this for yourself. I loved it. And then the fourth example that I have to share with you, employee appreciation clips. These are shout outs from managers to their employees, team members, or from an employee to another employee. It's a great example of a short form video because you simply pick a person or the entire team, you explain in a few words or a couple of sentences why they are so great, why you appreciate them, and that's it. And that won't take you maximum 60 seconds. I also found a really good example of this, which you can take a look at on the show notes page at modernemployeebrand.com/podcast157. A fifth example, prepping tips for the most important job interview questions you ask. Now, what makes this great short form content is that you can make these tips a series of short videos in which you share one tip at a time, one tip per video. And by the way, you don't even have to show your face on camera if you don't like that. Simply create the content as images and record a voiceover. What a great evergreen content these tips are. And the example that I chose for this example video that I chose for this example gives a tip from one director, this director of talent acquisition, on the types of questions of what not to ask as a candidate when you are asked if you have any questions. So that's an example. This person has multiple sort of examples in one video, but as said, you could create just one, answer one question, or give tips about one question at a time in each video. There's another example I posted on the show notes page, which is a great example of a short video that shares 6 impressive questions about what to ask in a job interview. This video has 43,000 likes, so this type of content truly works. So go to modernemployeebrand.com/podcast157 and you'll find all these video examples that I'm talking about. Example number 6, snippets from internal meetings that you can share publicly. I found a really great video, a short video that is based on a true story. But it uses a trending TikTok template, because oftentimes we may not have the video recording when something cool or nice or funny happens at the office. So this video is a great example of recreating that moment on video using a trending template or not, but explaining the situation and explaining that this video is based on a true story, which we were not able to capture when it happened, but this is a recreation of it, and it's going to be funny. Another one that I came to mind just now is that you could actually record that meeting as kind of a B-roll. B-roll means that B-roll is the kind of video that is just there. I don't even know how to explain B-roll. Google it. Anyway, so you could create a video from the meeting, not put the sound on, but to record something else over it and kind of imitate that internal meeting. Why you could do this or would do this? Simply not to reveal any sort of internal company secrets to anyone outside the company. Make up some kind of a funny thing, what's going on in the office in that meeting, but people are still able to see that environment where the meeting takes place, the dynamics of the people in the meeting, what they look like, and so on. But then there could be a voiceover of something crazy and funny. That could work. I have an example, not of that, but one example that you could, where of the video that is based on a true story about where the TikTok template was used. I have an example of that kind of video on the show notes page. Now, the seventh example that I have is a talent acquisition person sharing tips to candidates and new employees. Now, we all know that job candidates and new employees are hungry for tips and advice when it comes to success in either changing jobs in the job interview or when you start in a new job. So there's tons of tips that you could share, tons of information that you have as a professional that you could share on short video format, help build your reach and audience as an employer or a recruiting professional. And again, I would have a few inspirational examples for you. So the first video that I chose for this is a talent acquisition professional sharing tips on how to introduce yourself and make a good impression on a first day. The tone and voice is so much fun and therefore engaging, but the tips are true and real and authentic. So it doesn't have to be so serious, even though your topic is serious. So go to modernemployerbrand.com/podcast157. I'm sure you know this by heart now. And you'll find this video example as well. I have two other video examples for this. So the second one is an inspirational video that comes from a career coach called Erin, who shares tips on how to ace first 24 hours in a new job. Now, I love this angle because this is kind of fresh. I've never seen this angle being used, like the first 24 hours in your new job. So what I want you to pick from this example are the style of the video and the tips that Erin shares. Can you repurpose this example? Can you make it your own? Why not try it? And then the third example is from Jeff Su. I'm not pretending that I know him, but his name is Jeff Su, and he shares LinkedIn tips for job seekers in 2023, and there's a clip for that as well. So these ideas, these examples of your YouTube short videos that I repurposed for you, use them as inspiration, use them as your guides. What are the different styles and the different kinds of content, the different kinds of questions and information that they are sharing? How have they filmed those videos and so on, so that you learn and then you do your own. You can also go to YouTube platform. There's a search bar at the top on the desktop. Write recruiting sharing tips, and you'll get more ideas to repurpose. Example number 8, interviewing a new employee about their experience or introducing a new employee. So I love introducing my new employees on video, and we've made Instagram lives introducing people, sharing newcomer experiences, but you can also turn this content idea into short form videos. It doesn't have to be a live. But it was difficult to find shorts examples on this content idea. So there's plenty of room for you to take over this domain on YouTube Shorts. I did find one video example on the topic, but I didn't really like it, so I'm not going to share that with you. But you could also create a video like this one guy did, in which he shares 7 steps on how to onboard a new employee in a law firm, which I will link to the show notes episode. When you go through your onboarding process like he does on his video, it's not just interesting to other HR people looking for tips of how to create their or develop their onboarding process, but it also kind of showcases and explains your job candidate how your organization onboards new employees. So I thought that was a really interesting angle to also provide for new employees and job candidates. Now, repurposing content across platforms extends the life of your creative efforts. I know by now that that creating new content, it's not that easy. And I'm not even going to go on why right now, because I've spoken about it 1 zillion times. But what I can tell you, and what you will agree with me, I know that for a fact, is that anytime you can extend the life of your creative effort, it's a welcome thing. So repurposing your content, resharing and repurposing your content across different platforms, different social media platforms, is a really smart strategy for, to extend your life, not your life, the life of your content. Repurposing means that you could do a little bit of re-editing, and resharing means that you're not even going to do that. You're just going to share it over there. You might even add a teaser at the end to guide your viewers to your YouTube channel for more in-depth narratives. YouTube offers you that when you post your video. When you're posting your video, you can add this kind of an end screen. I'm totally useless still with all the YouTube editing things, as said. Very new to YouTube. I checked this morning. I only have 44 followers, so I'm very new to YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, I'm still ahead of you. So I can tell you that it's a little bit different platform, and that's why it makes a lot of sense to just start with the shorts and sort of learn through practice. Now, the key to unlocking a wider audience is optimizing your shorts with the right keywords in the title and in the description to boost discoverability. I'm actually at this time using, and this is a paid service. It's called TubeBuddy, to help me figure out the right keywords and how to get more reach and engagement on YouTube, because obviously as a newbie on YouTube, I'm quite not there yet. So it's very important to have the right keywords in the title so that your videos are actually going to be discovered. Now, YouTube is the second largest search engine in this planet, and it's a very fertile environment for garnering that visibility and ensuring that your shorts are actually search engine optimized will literally channel more viewers to your content, propelling your employer branding narrative for a wider audience. I can see that even though that I don't have that many followers yet, I can see from my analytics, which I did just check this morning for October, that my reach is growing steadily. What do you think? Do you think you could give YouTube Shorts a try? As said, this week's show notes with all of these clips, examples, and links are available for you on this podcast's own dedicated website, which you can find at www.modernemployerbrand.com. Write everything into a chunk, modernemployerbrand.com, 157 for this episode. So that all is there. And I also created you a video from Primal Video where you can learn more about YouTube Shorts. It's called YouTube Shorts, the Complete Guide, updated in 2024. All right, my friends, that's exhausting. So that's all for this week. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a review, share this episode with your pals, with your HR, employer branding, talent acquisition colleagues, friends, and stay tuned for another insightful episode next week when I'll be back with another one. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Oh, yeah. If you have tips or wishes who I could interview for this episode about employer branding, talent acquisition, company culture, social media, content marketing, let me know. Whoever it is. I mean, let's try if we can get them on this show. Alrighty, that's all for now. My name is Susanna Rantanen. Until next week, moi moi.